What's happening, real estate ninja maniacs? Kelly here, and I'm here with my good buddy and partner, Matt Middlestad of the 10X Agents. And we want to break down some really cool ideas. Now, I'm broadcasting this, Matt, on a YouTube channel that I have about 300 to 500 agents that was primarily geared for direct mail, but I put a lot of training in there, and we're on our YouTube channel. So, Matt, why don't you give a shout out and tell everybody a little bit about who you are, real briefly,
Yeah,
and then we'll jump on today's topic.
sounds good, Kelly. Yeah, so my name's Matt Middlestat. I'm known as the 10X agent. I even have a tattoo on my arm here. Okay.
That's hardcore, Matt. That's hardcore.
Yeah, a little tattoo, 10X agent. Where that kind of came from was back in my early days in real estate. I've been in real estate for about 20 years. I realized I had to differentiate myself from the rest of the realtors out there because there were a lot of lazy realtors. And so I had this mindset of working 10 times harder, smarter, and faster than the average agent. And started off as a 10X agent. And then I built a team out of the Austin, Texas area that I've had for about 4 years. And that's called the 10X Agent Real Estate Team. And recently I've partnered up with the Ninja because there's always a step above. And so, being a 10X agent, that's just a 10X agent. So being a ninja is the next step up. So me and Kelly have the same mindset of, giving back to agents and providing, free value to you guys to help you guys out. Our mindset is, we grow together and no agent left behind. So glad to be on here, Kelly, and appreciate you letting me partner up with you, buddy.
I appreciate you too, Matt. A lot of good stuff coming, guys. We are collaborating. We're building systems right now that we're going to be giving access to. One of the things, Matt, that we talk a lot about is giving back to the agents. So we're putting together some what I'm going to call internet coaching, if you will, marketing strategies, and we're putting this together, guys, and we're going to give you guys access to it. And we want you guys to grow as real estate agents. And we're not going to be doing, hey, if you want this, click the link below and pay $29.99. None of that. This is stuff we're going to craft and create over the next couple of months for you real estate agents, and we're not going to charge for it. Right, Matt? Our heart is to help these agents not be left behind and to grow from where they're at from this point on. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, 100%. And you probably, if you're watching this video, you're going, well, why would they do it for free? Well, because listen, as a real estate industry, the real estate industry needs to change. It needs to change in a way of where it doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. It doesn't matter what company you're with. It doesn't matter what team you're on. As agents, we are all in this together. And so we need to grow together. And with the knowledge that I have over the last 20 years and the knowledge Kelly has, we want to be able to give that knowledge back. And we really love giving back to people and helping and train. And so that's what we're going to do. And that's our mission, is to change the statistics out there that, 70% of realtors fell within their first 2 years. There's a huge percentage that fell within their first 5 years. And we are about to go through, and we are going through a minor little shift right now. So at any time, this is the best time for all of us to come together and grow together. Okay. So that's why we're here. And again, Kelly, I'm so stoked that I met you, 6-7 months ago. I'm a believer in God, and I, not to bring religion on here, but I believe I believe that He aligns us with the people. And my mission is to change people's lives.
Everything happens for a purpose, brother. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%.
So let's now jump in. And we've got some people watching live. For those of you that are watching this after it drops as a recorded video, our topic today came because both Matt and I, literally during the month, we spend time personally coaching and counseling agents for free. And we kind of see the same cyclical pattern starting. And one of the things, Matt, that I wanted to do was help real estate agents start to think about building a business, right? One of the things that I had a coach tell me a long time ago is, if you think like an average agent, you're only as good as your last closing. So that means when you close something today, you've got to find something to close next month, or a couple things to close, or you're going to have that little thing that we call cash crunch. Cash flow is going away. So we see real estate agents who, and again, that's the gist of today's conversation. What do real estate agents need to do when determining how to start their business? And I think, Matt, the first thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to let you jump on it, is I think a lot of agents don't think about this as a business more than a way for them to try to create some side hustle income.
So can I stop you there, Kelly?
Go for it.
So I had a mentor tell me one time, he said, Matt, if you treat your business, your real estate business, if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So if you're in real estate, you got to be 100% in. You can't treat it like a hobby. Okay.
Even if you're part-time, you got to be 100% in.
Yeah, and it's okay. If you're part-time, I understand that. I know some part-time agents that are pretty successful, but think of it this way. And I'm real big on mindset. Okay. And we're going to have some really good mindset training coming here soon, but think about it this way. If you got your real estate business over here, and let's say you are a part-time agent, okay? Like I know a part-time agent that's a fireman, right? He doesn't want to leave the fire station because he's only got 4 more years and he can retire and get a pension, right? Which is completely fine. But what he does is he changes his mindset to, hey, I'm a fireman today. I'm going to do 110% of the fireman. But when I'm in real estate, I'm going 110% in real estate. I'm treating it just like I did my fireman job. So you have to change your mindset to that. And that goes for anything. That goes for, Kelly, let's just say you're in real estate and you're like, hey, I'm going to do an open house. Well, then you got to be focused on doing an open house every single week. You can't just do one a month and then 3 months later do one and think it's going to work. Consistency, right? So your mindset is important.
And you know what? It's funny that you mentioned open house. The thought process is if I'm going to do open houses because somebody taught me that if I do really good open houses, I'm going to get some deals, then you need to perfect that. That's a niche you need to perfect. You can't just do it this weekend, not get good results and say, this is total BS. It doesn't work. And I think in the mindset of agents, we have a commitment problem, right? We've got tons of ways to generate leads, and we could go over that right now and just start going on and on about how to generate leads. But real estate agents need to focus in on why they decided to become a realtor. And then how can I achieve my goals? And what is the goal of a real estate agent? Yes, we want to help as many people as possible. That's a given. That's a moral goal. But we get into real estate because we want to have a self-sufficient business that we're happy with, that we enjoy, and that produces an income that lets us take care of our families and our lifestyle. Correct, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, let me give you guys an example. Me and Kelly just got off a free coaching call with an agent. And the agent, I asked him, I said, how long you been in the business? He said, I've been in the business 4 years. And I said, why did you get into real estate? And he said, well, I have an autistic son and, I was working at the waste management place. I was working at some restaurants and I just needed to have, I like to help people. But real estate is so rewarding and it rewards me more time with my family. So that's his why. Okay. And you guys hear this all the time. This isn't something new.
What is your why?
Yeah. What is your why? Gary Keller said it perfectly, in the book.
Love me some Gary Keller.
yeah. But I'm just saying, what is your why? You really have to drill down to your why. And not to go on a tangent here, but I'm going to give you an example, another example. So my wife owns a salon, right? And my wife has owned her salon for 8 years. And she runs a booth rental salon where basically the stylists rent the booth from her and it's their business. And it took her 7 to 8 years, okay, to figure out what her why was. And we sat down just recently and she said, Matt, my why is this. I mean, she wrote it down. She had to put some thinking into it because when she first got into the hair business, the places she worked at were very unsafe places. People were talking behind people's backs and things like that. And what she's done is created a safe place to where people can go and grow their business, feel they're safe, feel like nobody's talking behind their back. And then she can educate them and grow them to maybe go open up their salon. So that's her why, is to create a safe place. But it took a while to figure that out, But
Matt, let's go back to that. That's perfect segue. Let's go back to that thought process that she has these booths that can be rented, right?
Yeah.
That's very similar to a real estate agent. We go and rent a spot in a real estate broker's office, hypothetically, so that we can practice our business there. Now, there are three types of models that I've come up with, and if you think there's more, Matt, then jump in. But there's the traditional brick and mortar, and we think of companies like Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, 21. We think of all these companies that are brick and mortar, and that's the majority of where agents are heading to. Right? There's a brick and mortar office. You get to go in. Hopefully, there's some training and all of that. Then you have what we call the mom and pop brokerages. These are people that go and get their broker license. They don't want to be a part of a franchise brokership, so they open up shop in their local city, and a lot of people do it successfully. Some don't. So agents will naturally attract over to there. And then you have what we call cloud-based. And now we're not going to get into specific brokerages today, but these are the three brokerages agents can go to. And one of the things that I hear agents saying all the time is, well, I went to that brokerage and they didn't do anything for me, right? I went there and there was no training, there was no leads given, and you know what? I'm just fed up. I got to find something else. And let me tell you, I used to hear that, Matt, and it would get me angry. I'm like, how dare that broker, right? I flipped the script, and this is where I want to put our conversation. When I talk to an agent that tells me that, the first thing I say to the agent is, are you running a business or are you running a referral center hoping somebody gives you something, right? There's a mindset that needs to happen with agents where we start to think like a business owner instead of a welfare real estate agent, a commodity agent where they're order takers, right? The order takers in this business die quickly. Within years, they leave. And those type of agents are always very negative. I tend to think you should thrive where you're at. And as a real estate entrepreneur, as a business owner, I think we need to take responsibility for our lead generation, for our training. Matt, we can go to YouTube right now. I don't need a broker to train me. I can go to YouTube with some key searches and get all the training I need for setting up CRMs, lead generation, Facebook, Google, right? It's there. But agents tend to put that on the brokerage. And I think as real estate agents, we want to grow a big business. We need to stop with the excuses. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, thoughts on that. Here's the thing. If you look in your market right now, you look at the most successful real estate agents, the agents that maybe you're watching this right now and you're going, hey, I wish I was a $50 million producer or I was a $10 million producer. If you go and talk to those agents, they are running a business. Okay. They are running a business. They're not relying on the broker. They're doing exactly what Kelly said, which is, hey, my broker holds my license, but I'm out here running my business. And so the mindset, again, needs to be, if you really want to be super successful, is look in the mirror. Okay. Because when you look in the mirror, the only person, I don't remember who said it, but nobody's coming to save you. Okay. Nobody's coming to save you. So look in the mirror and say, hey, this is on me. Okay. Not on what my broker does for me. And I'll give you an example. Like with my real estate team, when I would hire a new agent for my real estate team, you know what the first thing I would say? Because this is untraditional. Most real estate teams, you get in, they provide you leads, they do all this type of stuff, and they want you to stay on the team because they make money off of you, right? But what if you flip the script? I flipped the script on my team. What I did is I said, hey, what is your why? When I was interviewing them, they were interviewing me. And then I'd say, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. I said, do you want to be on this team forever or do you want to be a self-sufficient agent? Well, I want to be a self-sufficient agent. I would only hire them if they said they wanted to be a self-sufficient agent, because here was my goal with them. I would say, hey, you have 6 months. I'm going to give you 6 months to be a self-sufficient agent. And they go, wow, that's not a lot of time. I said, listen, you know why? Because I'm going to give you everything you need to do to be successful within those 6 months. And then the rest is up to you. I'm going to show you all the lead generation. I'm going to show you how to attack open houses.
Exactly.
I'm going to show you how to attack direct mail. I'm going to show you how to do everything. But I can't move your arms and legs to go do it. And guess what? It's the proudest moment for me when I see an agent that leaves the nest. I
Yes.
say leaves the nest and goes out there. And you know what my goal with it was? And it's the same thing I have with Kelly here, is to help agents like you out there that are watching this, is if we can help you grow, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go and get on a video like this, and you're going to go and give somebody else and mentor somebody else with their knowledge. And that's the end goal here, is to help everybody grow. Like I said, we grow together, no agent left behind. So those are my thoughts on that, Kelly.
So I'm going to talk about some things to consider, and then we're going to wrap this up. If you are looking at brokerages, not any particular brokerage, but any brokerage, things to consider. But guys, if you're listening to this, one of the things you need to do is start to develop strategies where you don't need the broker. By the way, I have a dog that is learning, so you might hear him in the background. I'm forever done, Matt. I'm a Golden Doodle fan. I will have Golden Doodles forever. I love that dog. But anyway, anytime somebody knocks on the door, he's like, "Hey, master, I want to protect you." One of the things as a real estate agent you need to do is you need to start looking at this as a business, right? I personally, you could drop me anywhere, Matt. You could put me and drop me in any brokerage, give me a year, and I am going, maybe 6 months, I'm going to dominate. I am. I don't need the broker's leads. I don't need the broker's CR. I'm going to figure this out. If they have those things as ancillary, I'm going to take it. I'm going to run to the bank. But I'm not going to let my real estate career be dominated by a lack of whatever it is I think I need from that broker. That's just a place for me to be able to get a commission check. I'm going to thrive. So for agents, start thinking about, as a business owner, how do I maximize my profitability? One of the things I would not do, Matt, is I wouldn't take like 40% commissions, 30, and there's agents that do that, right? Start thinking about what you're making on the deal long term, because that affects your profitability. Think about, systems that might be there, and if not, what can you do to solve the issue with having systems? Because as a real estate agent, you got to have that. So here's some things to consider. What fees, if you're looking at a brokerage, find out what fees there are. Matt, now you and I both know over the years, there are brokerages that charge different types of fees, like a franchise fee, right?
Right.
What are some other fees you can think of that a brokerage would charge agents that can affect the bottom line?
I mean, brokers charge fees and, desk fees, where you don't even have a desk, or technology fees. Okay. There's all these little bitty fees that are being charged. Correct. And here's my mindset. You shouldn't be charged. Okay. You shouldn't be charged to be at a brokerage. Okay. Now there's some little things. Okay. But you shouldn't be charged. You should be able to, especially if you have a bad month, you shouldn't be charged. Right. And you should still have all the support. One thing I'm going to say, Kelly, it's very important, especially as we go through this shift. I don't want to see any agents fail. You need to figure out and surround yourself with people, people that are going to motivate you, people that are going to help you without asking for anything. Okay. People that are going to bring you up. Stay away from the negativity. Okay. Those are very important things to do. I don't remember who said it, but you tell me the 5 people that that you're hanging out with, and I'll tell you what type of person you are. Right.
Exactly. So, I love that. So some other things, training, not going to get too deep on here, but if you're looking at a potential brokerage to park your license, find out if they have any training. Now, if they don't, but you still like them, you can get all the training you need on YouTube, right? I'm tired of the excuses. Well, I went to this broker and they didn't train me. That's because you have a mindset that somebody else has to do it for you. Agents, I'm being a little brutal on this one, but I've heard all of these things as a former vice president of a real estate company. I had to hire agents, and I heard it all. As a large social media influencer, I get a lot of agents contacting me saying, hey, what can I do about this? Don't get stuck on whether or not they're going to give you training. If they offer great splits and it's in an area and you think that's the one, then go there and find training. Guys, there's tons of training out there for agents. Flexibility. Some of you are part-time. Some of you are full-time. How flexible is that brokerage to work around your schedule, right? What about income in multiple ways, Matt? This is huge for us. A lot of real estate agents, and I don't want to dwell too much on this one, but a lot of real estate agents, I'm sorry to say this, we get one-dimensional. Back to what I said at the beginning, we think about we're only as good as our last closing, right? That's one income stream in real estate. You get these real estate guys that are having multiple streams where they have property management, They've got investment portfolios. They've got multiple agents on their team producing income. They've got all these different things that they're doing. That's different stages of income. And as business owners, I think, and if you're listening to me, real estate agent, yes, start thinking about how your business can provide you income even beyond your closings. Now, we're not going to go too deep into that, Matt, but what are your thoughts on that? What should agents be thinking when it comes to multiple streams of income coming into their? Is it important?
It's super, super important. And let me tell you why. If you look at some of the, some of the, anybody that's highly, highly successful, maybe not even in real estate. Okay. Look at the Robert Kiyosaki, look at Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, like all of those people, I'm just naming a few, have multiple streams of income. Okay.
Yeah.
You look at, let's just talk about brokerages. Do brokerages have one stream of income, which is the agents closing deals? No.
Nope.
They have title companies. They have these ancillary services,
property management companies,
They have
investment portfolio.
They have they have to have those streams of
income.
Stocks. They have to have those streams of income to run the business. So you can be this. You can be the real estate agent that sells homes until they're 90 years old on a walker. Okay. And are still opening up. I mean, I've met a lot of real estate agents that have been in the business 40 years, and their only stream of income is the income that they have of selling the next deal.
Yes. Yes. But see, that's the kind of agent that we're talking about right now, because that agent, when they don't have a next deal for 2 or 3 months, that's where that bitterness can come in, and we can start blaming everybody else, the broker, this, instead of looking introspectively inside of us, Matt, and going, what the heck can I do to change this?
Right.
And the good news is, Matt, this isn't pie in the sky. This isn't we're not proselytizing you. Just to understand, agent, take control of your business. There are other avenues to bring in income that you literally can put yourself in a position to do. It just takes some forethought, and it takes commitment. And then you have a plan that you develop and you go after it. Matt, when I first started real estate, I was only as good as my last closing. Now, one of the things I tell agent, and this is not arrogant, and you're the same way, I don't have to close a deal this month to pay my mortgage next month. My real estate business provides me with an income coming in, irregardless of whether. So when I do close deals, that to me is the gravy on the cake. How many of you guys listening, do me a favor, if you're listening to this right now live, or you're listening to this after it drops, drop down below and tell me how important it would be for you to have income coming in your real estate empire that is not subject to your next closing. How important that is to you. But Matt, we both developed that kind of business, but we weren't doing that when we first got started.
Yeah, none of us were doing that. What I did is I wrote down all my bills, right?
Correct.
And when I first got I wrote down all my bills, and I said, okay, well, I got to sell 2 transactions minimum a month.
Yep.
And then the third one, that one, maybe half of its profit, because the rest, sorry, I went blank there. The rest of it goes to the IRS, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. The evil empire.
You know what I mean? So then I started going, well, how can I make, how can I look at other ways of making money is really what I looked at.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I started looking at investment properties, right? I started looking at other ways that I could put in and then get a return on, where my money was working while I was sleeping. And now I know probably offhand, and we can do another video for another time with this, but I know probably 20 other ways inside real estate. 20 other ways to earn income on top of my real estate. So just
and guys, that's coming. Matt and I are going to be doing this no less than once a week. We're going to have these real estate roundtable discussions.
Yeah.
Our goal is to actually get you, if you're at a point of frustration, and pull you up so that you can start to have vision for the future. Even in this bull crap market we're in, this doesn't scare me. Matt, this market is not scaring me in the least. We have to bend and flow with the times, and the smart real estate agent is already thinking, what can I do in this economy to still dominate in my local area? So we're going to be talking about all of that.
And I do want to say one more thing. If you're watching this and maybe you've been in real estate, let's say 5 years, okay? You've been in a fantastic market, okay? What I will tell you is, in any type of shift, now don't worry, it's not going to be another 2008. So don't worry about that. But in any type of shift, the ones that win are the ones that double down on their business. They go 10x on their business now. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not cutting back. Okay. It's doubling down, because there's a lot of agents that we're not going to be able to reach out to, that are not going to see this video, that are pulling back expenses. They're looking at let me go get a job somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
Instead of connecting with the right people and taking the risk. Listen, I made a video today on my channel, and I basically said this. This was the quote. This was the motivational quote this morning. It said this. It said, "Don't be afraid of striking out, okay? And don't let striking out hinder you from playing the game."
Yeah.
And that's failure. Failure is part of the success equation. All right. All right. I'm going to hand it back to you, Kelly.
All right. So we're going to bring this to a close. And guys, again, make sure if you haven't, you subscribe to our channel, the 10X Agent Real Estate Ninjas. Subscribe to the channel. And matter of fact, this is where it's at. If you haven't, if you're on my YouTube channel, then just hit subscribe, hit the bell. Every time we go live with these, you're going to get them. And then every time we drop new marketing training, you're going to get it. But make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. But Matt, here's my thought. We'll end it this way. I want agents to quit relying on excuses as to why they're not where they need to be. Start looking at yourself. Don't look at the broker. Don't look at that company you're with. Look at yourself. And if you're not achieving the goals, I would take 1 week. I would stop all real estate, everything. I would take a week and start maybe 2 days. Take a weekend. Take this weekend and start writing down what it is you want to accomplish in your real estate goals. And then here's the thing. Do everything in your power to make that happen. Nothing else outside of God and family, nothing else is more important than me hitting these goals. Because once I hit these goals, that's where freedom starts, right? It's a cool and awesome thing to be able to say, I don't have to get a listing and close it this month or next month to pay my bills. And I think as real estate agents, that's how we think. We think like business owners. Matt, I'll say one more thing. I'm looking at buying a brand new F-150 crew cab truck. And I know it's going to run me about $700 a month, right? So the old way was, well, I'll just get it and I'll have to make that payment. You know what the new Kelly does? I need to go find me a $495,000 house at 3% commission, right? I need to close on that house. I'm going to take that commission and put it over here to my business account. And now for the next 12 months, I just made my truck payment.
Mindset, guys.
Freedom.
It's not mindset. It's
freedom.
That's and write that down. It's all how you look at things. So, well, good deal. Well, we look forward to bringing more training and more coaching, all free to you guys. And remember, you can reach out to us at any time with any questions. We're available. We'll jump on a Zoom, help you with anything. Doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. That's what we're here to do. We're going to change the real estate industry.
Amen. All right, Matt, I appreciate you. Stay on with me for a minute, Matt. We're going to end the broadcast. And then, guys, be looking for our next stuff. We're going to be coming to you guys with some raw and real estate content. All right, man, I appreciate you. We're going to end the broadcast now, and we will see you on the next video.